Greed has denied me a payout. Welcome back to another episode of Weekly Review. So, the week has finally ended. This is Friday. I'm making this video so that I can post it tomorrow. So, last week I told you guys I took a couple of losses that brought my account down to about 0.7% in drawdown. It's not up to 1%. So, and the account was at that time safe. So, coming into this week, my only plan was to, before then, why I took so many losses that brought the account down, it was because I was very impulsive and I took so many things I shouldn't have taken, which I already said in the last video. So coming into this week, my only plan, the first plan was to be disciplined. One, so that I can avoid being impulsive and make unnecessary decisions, and that really worked. Then the second goal was to actually make profit so that I can cover for the losses I took last week. And this week I was very disciplined. I took only 2 trades, right? I took only 2 trades, which means I did not expose my account to danger. So I took only 2 trades. But this week was actually a disappointing week because I did myself a disservice. I shot myself in the foot, right? And it pains me a lot. I'm very heartbroken, and you'll find out why in this video. So to the trades I took a trade on USD JPY and AUD JPY. You might ask, why JPY? Or the reason is that I made analysis and I discovered that the JPY has been very bearish. If you look at the yen basket compared to other currencies, you will understand that the yen has been very bearish. So I was willing to short the yen. So I needed to look for good opportunities in different currency pairs, and I saw that the USD, which is the DXY, was inside a bullish monthly fair value gap, and I saw that as an opportunity to actually long the dollar, which I did. I took that trade. Then I saw another opportunity on AUD JPY, and I long AUD JPY also. These 2 trades were playing out very well. In fact, I was very impressed at the initial stage because I saw about $200 and something in profit after clearing the 0.7% in drawdown that I incurred last week. I saw $200 and something in profit, which if I close the trade at 10, then I would be qualified for a payout, and I didn't do that. Actually, why I did not do that, because the USD was very close to the take profit, and I was hoping that if we hit a profit on the USD trade before the release of before the FOMC and the rate cut, then the account will be in a better place. And I didn't take profit, and price started to hurt a little bit. And during the rate cut and the FOMC, we actually saw a dovish announcement on the rate cut by 0.25% basis points. So that was very bad for US economy, and you can see that since then the dollar has been like tanking, and I closed the trade from $100 profit on that USD JPY. I closed at $30 profit, which not actually bad because I didn't take loss. I closed that trade and I was holding the AUD because the interest rate for AUD was also announced on Monday. That was on Monday, right? And it came out not too good, not too bad. The former interest rate was 3.60 and the new one also came out 3.60, meaning everything being equal. So I was still eager to hold the AUD, although we had some minor retracement, which the AUD JPY is actually gaining momentum and coming back to the upside. So these are the 2 trades I took this week. If I had closed earlier, I would have been waiting for $200 and something cash out. But now, greedy. I was very greedy. And greed made me not to cash out that 200 and something dollars. I was waiting for maybe price hitting the take profit, and I will have about 400 and something dollars, which was actually bad, considering it is my first pro firm payout. I should have just closed the trade and wait for the 200 and something dollars cash out. And now I'm still holding the AUD trade, and the trade is around 100 and something dollars profit, which will not qualify me for payout, because if you minus the losses I took, then I still have about maybe $20 to hit the minimum threshold, which is $100 for a cash out. That means I still need to hold a trade. I don't want to take any other position. I just want to see if that trade will actually qualify me for payout. Let's see how we go from there. So these are the two trades I took this week. Nothing too much for the week. I was very disciplined and I maintained the risk management, and I'm still holding the trade. So let's go to my laptop. I'm going to show you these two trades. Okay, so guys, the first trade, which is USD JPY, as you can see on the screen here, look at this weekly fair value gap. This weekly fair value gap here, this was the price point I was expecting price to go up, right? I was expecting price to go up, at least target this buy side liquidity. You can see that's the low hanging fruit for me. Why? The overall drawn liquidity is this one, this weekly fair value gap. I expected price to reach towards this level and it would be a very good trade. You can see how close this weekly candle came towards this buy side liquidity before rejecting. So if we go down to the daily time frame, right, the daily time frame, you can see we had sweep of liquidity here. This bullish candle took the low of this bearish candle and closed above it and closed above the body. From here I was looking for 4-hour fair value gap to take my entry, which I did. I went down to the 4-hour time frame. And I took my position at this point. I took my position here, and you can see where we went to before price coming down after the rate cut. After the rate cut, and you can see how high we went towards this buy side liquidity before we dropped after the rate cut. So when we dropped towards this level, I closed the position. I didn't want to like hold the trade, because I did bring my SL to break even so that I won't take loss anymore on this trade. And you can see if I held the trade, I would have taken that SL on break even. So I closed about $30, and I'm still hoping that this trade is going to work out. Maybe when everything goes cold, then I think the US dollar is going to gain momentum, because the DXY is currently inside a bullish monthly fair value gap, which I think is going to push price to the upside. So this was the first trade I took. The second trade is AUD JPY. AUD JPY, I'm still holding this one. And you can see that I also have this weekly fair value gap as my drawn liquidity. You can see how we came down into this fair value gap, the daily fair value gap, and we started to push up. So from here, because the yen is very bearish, I was looking for continuation on AUD JPY, which I did get somewhere here. You can see after we traced down to this 4-hour fair value gap, look at this candle here. We took liquidity and we closed above. Then we range a little bit and we actually shot up and closed above this high. After that, you can see that we also had an inversion fair value gap, which was a confirmation that we are going to continue going higher. And after we disrespected this fair value gap to make it inversion fair value gap, we actually created another fair value gap. Before this fair value gap, I already took my trade on this particular bullish candle because of this inversion fair value gap. And you can see where my stop loss is. Although now I'm on break even on this one, so you can see how price went up here and was ready to reverse, maybe because of the week is coming to an end. But I hope that next week we are going to see price continue to move up. Right now you can see that we are actually respecting this bullish daily fair value gap here. I hope that it will push price to the upside. So these are the two trades I took this week. So guys, these are the two trades I took this week. Nothing much. This week my psychology was also messed up because since I did not close that $200 profit, I was actually regretting that action, and it messed up my psychology. I'm just trying to hold on to this AUDJPY. Maybe it will make up for not closing. I'm actually trying to hold this AUDJPY. Maybe it will actually make up for not closing the $200 and something profit. So this week I learned that greed, would I even call it greed? I was just following my rules, right? Because it's my first payout, I would just say it is greed. Seeing that $200, I should have taken that profit and just wait to get the account reset. Then I will continue to trade. Then I would have taken that profit maybe for the fee I paid for the evaluation. Then I will know that the account now is risk-free. I can decide to trade the account gradually and make withdrawals. But this first withdrawal is very, very important. It's very, very important, and I failed to cash it out. With that being said, I'll just see how next week goes. I'm trying my possible best not to mess up this account. I'm going to hold this AUDJPY next week to see how we actually go. If there is need to take another setup, I will do so. But before doing that, I will make sure that I'm totally risk-free on this AUDJPY. I don't want the account to go back to drawdown. So the account update, we are sitting at $8,000 and about $90. So we need some more bucks to actually qualify for cash out or payout. So this week was actually not bad. It was not bad, but I feel bad actually that I didn't cash out. My cash out date, my withdrawal date is on the 23rd of December, which I have about 10 days from now. Only next week. I don't know. By God's grace, I will make profit and I will cash out. Let me see. By God's grace, I will make profit and I will cash out. So I'm going to post the P&L for the week here. I'm going to post it here, and let's see how next week plays out. I would really love to make profit so that I will qualify for cash out. Guys, this is the end of this video. If you are new to my channel, please make sure you subscribe. Help the channel to grow. If you are also in a prop firm journey, please leave a comment in the comment section. Tell us what stage you are, what challenges you are facing. If you're actually making progress, let us know, and tell us your secret too, so that we can also follow and make profit. So guys, thank you for watching. See you next week.